Hello, 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 and welcome to Wednesday morning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. We made it to Wednesday. Happy hump day, people. Isn't that cringe? Isn't that cringe when you're in an office situation and there's always someone in the office, happy hump day? Yeah, anyways, well, the purpose of today is the same as every day. I simply come in the morning and I load up my Twitter account and I go to the For You tab, which is the new feature since Elon took over, and I just scroll through the For You tab and see what the algorithm's recommending me. Yes, so I'll go through and just react to it as I go along. The main reason I actually started doing this is for all my followers that I have on Twitter. And I've known a lot of you for a very long time, and some of you for not so long, but it's a way for me to talk to you, like this. I can talk to you and go through my profile, and you get a piece of me, and I get to impart some knowledge on you guys, and maybe we can build a bit of a community here. Anyways, all you guys know me, you've all followed me before, and it's good to see some familiar names pop up, and we'll see what happens in my For You tab. Yesterday was a bit wild, but today seems, I don't know, I got my hopes up. Hopefully there's a lot of those happy hump day people out there. Let's see what cringe we can find today. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna get to I'll go home and let's see what loads up. It should load up. Ooh, 140 tweets sitting there. Okay, first off the bat is James. James Newbury. First off the bat, yeah, James is a great guy. Give him a follow. James, if you're getting hungry during the day, just have a glass of milk. Just get a, here we go, look, this actually had milk in it. Just get a glass and just sip on it. Just sip on it. It's great. Milk it's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough, especially if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to eat healthy. Just have a glass of milk in the afternoon. After lunch at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, have a glass of milk. It's great. It will keep you full. It gives you energy. It's mostly water, so it's good for your hydration. It's great. If you can, preferably get raw milk, because raw milk has all the enzymes and that help your body to digest the milk and break it down. It actually still has all the goodness in there that is taken out when we when they carinify the milk. When they take out all the goodness, they homogenize it and they pasteurize it. They get rid of all the goodness. If you can, get some raw milk, and I know that's very hard in Australia. It's very difficult. The healthier the food for you, the more difficult it is to get, and that's just a bit of the pain we're living in. But James, let's get onto your tweet. So who are you on? At this, the COSBot, at the little ALP NPCs, the COSBot. This is a version 1. This is a very early beta release, basically. But Cos is he's still here. He's a very serious looking man, Cos. Very serious looking man. I don't know much about Cos except he's an NPC, but James probably has a better understanding of how Cos rolls. Any comment on Albo and the entire Federal Parliamentary Labor Party voting against Nazi symbolism ban today? It's a good question. Why? What was their rationale behind this? It's looking a little bit tough now. The Liberals introduced a bill into Parliament to ban Nazi symbolism across the country, nationwide. A ban on Nazi symbolism, and Labor rejected it. It's a bit odd. It's a bit weird. So if we put, okay, so they voted against Nazi symbolism. So we can put this in their trophy cabinet. Ooh, it's all in capitals. Oh no, I hate when that happens. I can put this in their trophy cabinet with the ban on pedo registry and mandatory sentencing for illegal gun ownership. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at typing, especially when my microphone's like right here. I can't. Okay, anyways, bad excuses for bad typing. They can put this in their trophy cabinet with their, with the ban on a pedo registry and a mandatory sentencing for illegal gun ownership. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. They do. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for that, James. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to try to keep it once again to 30 minutes. I get a bit carried away sometimes, and I can talk. Nick Holt, second off the bat. What was the funniest picture or video of the camp neo-Nazi from Saturday? Send them through. What was the funniest picture or video of the camp neo-Nazi? I don't know what you mean by that, Nick, but I think some of the funniest stuff that I did see, like they're trying to shut down women are having a protest because women believe that their voices are not being heard. So they wanted to have a Let Women Speak protest. So they had the protest, and people showed up who were protesting Let Women Speak. Okay, so just trying to draw the dots here. They didn't want the women to speak. So what if you're protesting women speaking at an event? You're protesting the silencing of women. I already think that's pretty funny. But then to call the women that you're silencing Nazis, like that's a new level of fucktardness. I've never seen anything that stupid before. But these are the narratives that the media is pushing. And, last week we spent a lot of time talking about Paul Keating and how Paul Keating went off the rails at journalists and things like that. But he had a point, because everyone knows these journalists are just trash. It's just trash. These aren't proper stories. They aren't researched properly. They're basically just reciting anything the activist drops on their lap. It's a very art student thing. They're not too smart. They're really not too smart at all. But the people who are who are stupider than that are the people who can watch Paul Keating absolutely destroy the media and hand it to him, and really get behind him and go, yeah, great Paul, yeah, you're finally sticking it to the fucking media. And then the next day they flip around and say, oh, thank God the media was there to cover these awful Nazis and to tell us it's actually got a name. This effect actually has a name. What was it? Gelman amnesia effect. Gelman amnesia effect. That's what it's called. Yeah, and it happens. It happens all the time. Maybe I could look it up. Gelman amnesia. Gelman amnesia effect. Okay. Oh no. Oh Jesus Christ. Let's put it into Yamanish. Let's put it into English for us. Oh wow, it dropped. Wait, wow. It was Michael Crichton who wrote about it, but it's like, okay, no. Let's get out of that. Anyways, look it up yourselves, fellas. But it's basically the theory where you can read one thing that you are an expert on, and you read it in the newspaper, and you know that it is wrong and it is inaccurate, and they don't know what they're talking about. You can pull it to pieces. You're looking at it. It's much the same as what I do every morning. But you understand, and then you turn the page to another story that you're not quite sure of, you don't have that much experience with, but then you believe it 100%. Even though you just read the article before that you know a lot about and you understand like the absolute bullshit. But for some reason, you turn the page and you totally forget about that and you trust it. It's the same thing that's happening. Yeah. Anyways, let's get on to it. Back. Chris, welcome back, Chris. Funniest account on Twitter. One of the funniest, easily the best takes that we get on Twitter come from this account here. I don't even think Chris is actually real. I think he's actually I don't know. I think it's someone's AI bot. I think it is Tay. I think it is Microsoft's Tay chat AI bot in its final form. And that's what Chris is. No one has actually ever seen Chris in the wild before. They don't know if he exists or not. But so far, all we've got is this account on Twitter, and it is fantastic. So get behind it. What's Chris saying? Imagine if anyone... see, I've got to look at the... I'm like an old person looking at the paper. But anyways, imagine if anyone on the other side of politics used the terror to describe a group of Middle Eastern men. Oh, terror in Sydney. Last night, riot police were called when hundreds of far-right extremists attacked a small group of LGBTIQ+. What is plus? Aussies outside a Christian Lives Matter promoted event in southwestern Sydney, where it is reported a One Nation MP was scheduled to speak. Yeah, okay, so, okay, what I've been able to see is that Mark Latham went to a church. Imagine the outrage. Mark Latham went to a church for an election debate or a conference where, you know, they can meet with the community and talk to people. These are just community events. They're town halls, basically. So Mark Latham went to a town hall at a church. The trans weirdos, the Nazis, showed up to the church to try to protest it and shut it down because, you know, protesting a church is right up there on the list of things for them to do. And then the locals turned up in Western Sydney, and I believe like the locals were a little bit confused at the plus. Maybe they're a little bit confused what the plus is. Now I think they understand the LGB. I think they get that aspect, but the TIQ plus, it just confuses them. They're terrorists. They have to be. Terrorists get confused by any type of mathematical equation. And, you know, you're coming in with this algebra, the TIQ plus. What? Where do I carry the 3, sir? No, that's not going to work out well. This is why pride events do not happen in Lakemba. There's a reason for this, but they call them terror. They're calling Western Sydney is the future of Australia. Just in case you're not aware quite yet, Western Sydney is the future of Australia. If you want to see what Australia is going to look like in 10 years, look at Western Sydney. That's the future. It's not Tasmania. I'm sorry, guys. It's not Tasmania. It's not you little freaks down in Tassie working for the government. No. It's Western Sydney. And yeah, town halls during election. Yeah, let's working well, fellas. Anyways, let's go. Oh, ABC, more climate change bad news. They must have a field day. You know, like their climate reporters probably, you know, checked off now. They can go on holidays. You know, they don't have to make any bullshit. They got the bullshit coming in. It's coming in hot off the press. It's straight on the facts. They just pick it up and republish it. Climate change inaction could spell bad news for Australian fisheries as water. Do you know what's going to spell bad news for Australian fisheries? Is the Chinese fishermen. That's the worst. That's the worst by far. But ABC will ignore it because you can't blame white people for it. You can't blame Australia for it. ABC can only report on climate change if they can blame Australia for it. That's it. If they can blame you, the minuscule little amount of emissions, but it's your fault. Anyways, I gotta sit up straight, people. I'm getting a bad back sitting here. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay, what's this one all about? Barry Tucker. I don't know who Barry Tucker is. Sounds like an old wedding singer. Barry Tucker and the Everly Brothers. Okay. Remember the F-111, the latest whiz-bang piece of gadgetry, perfect for Australia's defence and announced in 1963 election year. After heaps of war talk rhetoric, surviving aircraft were literally buried. Yeah, I know the F-111s. Not a great aircraft, but yeah, they were late. And they were a result, they were a bastardization of a process. That process continued on into later forms, and then we ended up with the F-35, you know, a multi-role aircraft for all 3 services. They tried to do that for the F-111, they tried to make it a fighter as well for the Air Force, and they tried to also make it a carrier-borne fighter as well for the Navy. It didn't work. They tried to make a one-stop solution for all 3 services, and they ended up with something that wasn't perfect for either. I think the Air Force were the only ones who continued on. Oh, and the Australians. The Australians got a few. Great aircraft, though. Absolutely great. Cutting edge technology. But at the time, it was an absolute shit show of a program. It was you shouldn't operate that programs like that at all. Yeah, it was. It was a great piece of tech. What did Michael say? Hey, Michael. Hi. I hope you're watching. Anyways, yes, I was 12 years old in 1963, Jesus Christ, and remember it very well. I also remember Australia using the world's best ever designed attack aircraft for nearly 4 decades. A magnificent decision. It was a good decision. It was a great aircraft, you know, really. For strike interdiction, it's perfect. You know, it can just hug the ground, going ridiculous speeds. You'll never see it. You'll never hear it until it's past. It's gone. You know, it's already got its bombs on you, and it's gone, and that's when you're going to hear it. Fantastic aircraft. Can we bring back that? It's a bit difficult in today's world. So many satellites, things like that. But yeah, something similar to an F111 capability would be great. You know, I think that would be fantastic. Yeah. Anyways, I could talk about planes all day. All day. I am the son of a Raffi, so I have aircraft running through my blood. Pauline Pants Down. Wow, is this thing still going? Remember that? It was just cringe from the... yeah, cringe. You got to give it to them, though. When they find a bit of cringe, they cling to it for dear life, and they promote it at all costs. Okay, hello, fellow cisgender folks. Don't call me fucking cisgender, you wanker. Jesus Christ. Oh, you freaks. Okay. My threads are full of Nazi anti-trans replies. Oh, no. Oh, you poor victimized person. Mute them. When you engage in long back and forths, remember trans and gender diverse people see their robotic genocidal disinfo. One reply followed by a block cuts it off. Trans people do whatever the fuck you want, of course. I mean, these guidelines... They're trying to... pulling pants down. Wow, fucking 90s joke coming back in there to try to police Twitter. Wow. Okay. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah... This is the worst thing for the trans group and cisgender. Oh my god. The worst thing for the trans lobby was Elon buying Twitter, because then he removed their thought control over the platform. And now people can just tell them, no, there's only men and women. There's only men and women. There's nothing in between. There is a binary here. Sorry, but they can't do anything now, and it's just eating them alive. It's eating them alive. They can't handle it. You know, it's and everyone's laughing at them. Everyone's laughing at them. You know, really, this is why the Nazis were so important for them, because then they could just say, no, look at those guys, they're worse. And they're just a bunch of middle-aged men with their dicks cut off. It's really, really... Anyways, I shouldn't talk like this. I should be a lot nicer. I should be nicer. Play nice. Okay, anyways, let's go on. The Hunter Valley Coal Train. Coal not dull. The coalition has no ideas, no alternatives, no credibility. After being questioned about business confidence. Is that your job, Albo? Exactly. Albo's... Oh my god, I still got notifications turned on. Oh no, this is going to be a noisy day, isn't it? But at least it reminds me that I've got a meeting coming up. Anyways... What if the flag was inclusive? Oh, this is a good one, actually. This is interesting. So they banned young fan... at the football in Melbourne, of all places, they banned the Israeli flag. They banned the Star of David at the AFL for diversity and inclusion reasons. They banned the Israeli flag. Is there any other nation on earth where the AFL would just ban that flag from any match at all? Can we take it? If I took an Aboriginal's not a flag doesn't even represent a country. It represents a grievance industry. But if I took maybe the Torres Strait Islander flag, that's more of a country than anything the Aboriginal flag represents. But let's take the Torres Strait Islander flag. Would I be kicked out of the AFL for that? Is that... Oh, that's bad. How racist, how anti-Semitic is the AFL? What's happening in Melbourne? Really, what's going on there? Anyways, oh yeah. Yeah, the AFL has all their multicultural policies in place. It's becoming, as this says, it's becoming the sport. Oh, thanks, Rowan, for posting this. But it's becoming the sport of choice for diverse communities. Unless you're Jewish and unless you're in Western Sydney. Don't rock up to that pride round. Yeah, this just highlights the all. When they say we want to create an inclusive environment for all, it's not inclusive for all. It's inclusive for some. That's what they mean. They mean some. They mean the people that share our values, our political ideology. It's open to all of them, but not everyone. Sorry, Jewish people. Not allowed at the AFL anymore. You're not part of us. You're not all. You're not part of us. Sorry. That's what they're saying. Sorry, I like Jewish people. I got no problem. I like Israel. Israel's a great country, but you're just not allowed at the AFL anymore because you hate. That's all. Nazis. The Road Knight. When someone destroys a house they rent in the city, they are charged for willful damage. Why is the law not applied in the same way to remote areas? That's true. That's true. Stop building these houses, they just destroy them. And a lot of the reason that they're destroyed is because they don't have ownership of it. You're just going to replace it and go back in there, and of course they're going to destroy it again. That's why public toilets get trashed. No one cares. It's not their toilet. Anyways, James back again. Leftists on the very website are now free speech warriors supporting Nazi symbols. Exactly. Labour support Nazi symbols. They don't want them banned, so they absolutely support it. If you don't want Nazis banned, well, you support Nazis. So that's Labour's new position. I'm all here for it. I support them 100% in making their own decisions, and that's the one they're going to stick with. Run with it, fellas. Run with it. Red hot core CPI print for Britain. Yeah, England's got a few issues here. I can't see. Yeah, look at their finance. Their actual is 6.2 and the forecast is 5.7. It's out of control, and I don't know how they're going to cool this down. How do you cool this down? I don't understand. What are you going to keep raising rates? How many banks do you want to collapse? We're in an interesting situation, people. Yeah, it's really... Oh, here we go. Is this Tasmania? Oh, no, this is something... this is actually somewhere important. 5 dead Tanzanian detects its first ever cases of the highly fatal Marburg viral disease. Well, buckle up, everyone. We got a new one inbound. Oh, my God. Okay, what's this one? Parramatta Road light rail to Abbotsford. Okay. Yeah, light rail. Public transport is just... Public transport is for people who never use public transport. That's all it is. It's one of these... I hate using the term virtue signaling, but that's basically what it is. Like, oh my God, I'm on public transport. Remember Malcolm Turnbull used to take public transport and he'd have to fucking take a selfie every time, otherwise it didn't happen? That's it. That's public transport for you. It's gross. Public transport's disgusting. You've seen the people on there. Everyone knows that it's not a nice place to be. You go through those doors and you don't know what the hell you're getting. It's like a roulette wheel. I used to do it in Frankfurt all the time. Wow, it was gross, man. Like that was the best thing about hand sanitizer during COVID, was that it was finally, people were finally cleaning their hands before going on and off public transport. I think that itself had a better impact than any other COVID policy. Anyways, David Pocock, CTE Man of the Year. What do you think? Play on? I'd come straight from an early morning game of tennis to celebrate 100 years of tennis ACT and agreed to do a doorstop, not pre-arranged interview in the hallway on the way to the press gallery after the morning. Great to see the big issues being reported. David, you're nothing but the big issues. It's great. I love it. And then we have wow, what's going on here? Okay, transgender lawmaker from Minnesota wins USA Today today's Women of the Year awards alongside Michelle Obama as critics question what will ever be left of a biological female. Exactly. You got the men winning the Women of the Year awards. Like, we've basically done it now. Patriarchy in full swing. And if you dirty, filthy women complain, well, that is you're in the Nazi camp then. You can't complain. Michael Suka, speaking of, what's this one? Look at what 217 million of taxpayers' money gets you with Labour. Yeah, well, obviously. But, complain about it all you want, Michael, but you were just in power for 12 years. The Liberals were in power. You did nothing to stop this. Nothing. And... Okay, just wait. Is this traditional credit union? Traditional credit union. Only Labor government could see the value in spending to abolish the CDC and replace it with a card that has... Yeah, okay, that's what Labor does. But at the same time, you could have fixed this as well. I think the card's a good idea, and Rishworth, Amanda Rishworth. Wow, she's staying there. She's gonna stay. She has succeeded so much in her failure that the only way for her to go is higher. She can just go high, not as high as Minns, because sorry, Minns, that glass ceilings, and who would have ever put it so low? They don't. Okay, Megan. I like Megan. I've only just met. Sorry, Megan. Megan, welcome to the show. I've only just found Megan in the For You tab, and I like her stuff. I don't know much about her. Sorry, Megan. I don't know much about you. I haven't followed you for long. I follow you now, and I like your things. I think you're pretty funny. I think you're cool. Anyways, what's she replying to first? I've got to start with this. I always go backwards. But communist, your main catch cry, it seems. There's nothing communist, Marxist, or socialist, or even capitalist, for that matter, about being supportive towards trans people. Yes, there is. Trans ideology is it's radical gender ideology. It's radical gender theory. That's 100% Marx. That's neo-Marxist. Are you fucking retarded? These people don't know what they believe, and they don't know where it comes from. They just think, oh, trans rights, human rights. Like, they don't understand that this is radical gender theory. They don't understand that it percolates through neo-Marxism. It comes from that perspective, oppressor and oppressor. They just flipped it around, and but she does. Megan knows, and you just get these NPCs like Darren here. All of them isms are irrelevant. What is needed is empathy. No. Women are women, men are men. That's all that's needed is a science book. That's it. A biology book. Basic biology. That's all that's needed. Basic biology books. I think they've tried. This is why they're trying to burn the biology books. This is why they're trying to burn any book that doesn't represent their fucking weird. No. Australia is trans now. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah. Weird. Anyways, these transition people, wow, it's gonna be bad in a couple of years when all these kids come back saying, "Why'd you cut my tits off? Why'd you let me do this?" It's gonna be bad. I'm telling you now, court cases galore. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up soon, almost there. But we've had a good morning so far today. Haven't replied to too many. Bernard Lane, no. SBS. I was trying to explain SBS to some Germans the other day. It was quite interesting. It's an interesting concept to try to explain to people. You really should have smiled more in your photos. Oh no, is this one of those feminists? Oh no, see, these are the old feminists that I like. New South Wales election candidate opens up about the extra hurdles female politicians face. Oh no. And she's only a candidate. So that doesn't make her a politician. She hasn't been elected yet. She's a candidate. Yeah. But I think her problems exist well beyond just the photos. I think her ideas, like if this is where she's going, this is her mentality. Like she has people telling her to smile more. That's her biggest hurdle in life. I think, yeah, it's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a tough road. We can't smooth that one out for you, bud. Sorry. Yeah. I'm terribly sorry. Actually, that's the only thing. Oh no, I shouldn't write that. No, I'll just leave it. SBS is trash. Moira Rayner, is she the woman who was freaking masking? Is she Moira the Masker? No, sorry Moira, you're the different one. Sorry Moira, I got you confused. Chris back with the wins. Oh, what's going on? I've clicked on a lot of tweets recently who just disappear. Anyway, so what? Imagine if anyone on the other side of politics had used terror. Oh yeah, we talked about that one before. Steve Noble, where are you? I just saw you, bud. Where are you? Here you go. Saw it often this week. If you don't condemn Nazis, if you don't condemn all Nazis, you are a Nazi. Exactly. That's what they were saying. They have been cornered. They've been cornered and exposed in record time. And it's all unraveling. Rose Jackson back here to lecture everyone. What everyone needs is another lecture from a highly privileged white woman. That's what everyone deserves. You know, if you elect me, it's no. I'm sorry, Rose. Not interested. No more lectures. Just stop lecturing us. Just do an ad and you come out. Look. What I promised to do for you is nothing. I'm going to get elected and I'm going to leave you alone. Just do that and you'll get my vote. I don't want lectures. No more lectures. Just stop it. It's too much. Just get out of our lives. No one's asking for more of this. No one. No one. Anyway, speaking of more of this, wow, here we go. The Greens doing their catastrophe porn. Wow, look at them. You know, oh no, that's a carp. Okay, so yeah, we got a carp down. Carp down. Sad greens, carp down. Fuck. Aren't we trying to get rid of carp? Aren't there any invasive species? Anyways. Oh, fuck, man. Great Wednesday, peoples. Great Wednesday. I love your work, especially Chris. Everyone, if you're not laughing today, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong. If you're not laughing, Charles Haig, absolutely nuts. Great pun. And no, I'm not referring to you, Taylor. Dude, you just don't follow that up. Just put absolutely nuts. Don't have to explain yourself. It's funny. That's good. That's good. John Pizzuto has behaved in dishonorable manner in the Moira Deming debate. Oh no. Yeah, well, Labor voted against banning any Nazi symbolism today. They voted against it. They're on board. They're on board. Oh, Kathy Wilcox, speaking of boomers, down the river. Yes, that's all very well. But if we change course now, we risk political oblivion. What the fuck? This is... Okay, so Kathy Wilcox, I think, is the original The Left Can't meme, except she was doing it in the newspapers before anyone knew what a meme was. And she's still doing it successfully, I guess. Where does she okay, Sydney Morning Herald explains a lot. You know, I have no reason, I have no understanding why Fairfax went bankrupt. I have no idea at all. I'm not saying it was because of Kathy, but I'm not saying it wasn't. Yeah, but Left Can't meme, and Kathy Wilcox is like, that's their version of a meme. It's like a picture with a freaking novel next to it. Get into this. Oh, but this, blah, blah, blah. They can't meme. No turfs on our turf. Wow. Okay. So they have to call feminists turfs, and then they have to link them to Nazis. So then they can excuse violence towards them, because, you know, you can punch a Nazi. That's all. So they have to delegitimize women. They have to delegitimize feminists. They have to dehumanize them, and then they can attack them. Then any attack on them is prohibited. You know, it's excused. And that's what Nick's trying to do, but Nick would never do this in Western Sydney. Let's do it, Nick. You go get a group of your little trans activists and go to Western Sydney. Hold a little peaceful protest there out the front of a mosque. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll see who's on whose turf. You little freak, Nick. Jesus Christ. Okay, next, I'm getting angry now. Well, let's stop this. Let's just keep up with the hilarity. Oh my God, what's going on? Here we go. This is the best one. Pre-poll in Manly with former Minister for Environment James Griffin. Former Minister of Environment? Okay. Well practiced at watching koalas fall at his feet. Oh, they're doing performative politics again. Who is Sue Higginson's? Oh, Greens MP. Fucking Jesus. Okay, so they're doing performative politics again. Yeah. It's like, you know, remember when they all went to the beach and they put their heads in the sand? Yeah, it's that stuff again. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Leo, you always drop in, but this footage is terrifying. Yelled at, pushing to the ground, and it's around on the live stream. Yeah. Massive gimp, Andrew Wilkie. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick, he is. Massive gimp. Massive. As the CCP, Andrew Field. Yeah, I'm getting bored. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Some of the I got it in the face. This is trans rights in Western Sydney. Welcome to your future, trannies. This is it. This is where you're going. This is the future. Is Western Sydney. This is what you have installed for you. Yeah. It's a lot of Nazis there. I can't believe there's so many Nazis here. In Western Sydney, it's just a hive. Oh no, that's really loud. Oh no, that's really loud. Jesus Christ, sorry people. Ooh, I saw some punches there. Oh, look at these little... Oh no, whose idea was this? Nick McKim, was this your good idea? Jesus Christ, I would have told you straight away this is a bad idea. But yeah, that's a bit rough. Anyways, we'll leave it on this high note of diversity in action in Western Sydney. And yeah, I'll leave it there for Wednesday. Guys, once again, oh, here's Megan again. Hi, Megan. I'm actually recording now, and you will be at the final, actually recording now, and you will be a star of my show. Much love and respect. There we go. There we go. Sent to Megan. Anyways, let's wrap this up. So once again, folks, I only do this just for you guys on Twitter, just for you, my followers. I've known a lot of you for a long time, especially Michael O'Rourke. You know, I've known you for a long time. I've only known you on Twitter though, so it's really good to get to see all you guys and interact and hopefully build up a bit of a community there, because we're all kind of connected but not, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyways, every morning, Monday to Friday, I do this. I'll jump on my For You tab, I'll scroll through, have a laugh, and yeah. So that's it for today, really. If you have anything that you'd like me to cover, send it through for me, and I'll try to cover it tomorrow. I'm generally pretty good with that, but yes, it's time for a run. I'm going to go out for a run, but it's a beautiful day today. Spring is finally here. It's settled in. Anyways, have a great one, people. Enjoy yourselves, and yeah, peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.